All right, so that is Anupam Rasayan. But let's talk about another company that reported its earnings just short while ago, and that was NIIT Limited. Just to recap the numbers of NIIT Limited, if you look at the consolidated numbers on the revenue front, we've seen an uptick of about 24% on a year-on-year basis. It's coming at around 392 crore rupees. The profit, however, is lower by about 22.9%, coming in at around 37 crore rupees for the quarter gone by. And the margins have seen a substantial decline, so 15.3% versus 24.7% on a year-on-year basis. To understand what exactly impacted the margins, what are the numbers looking like going ahead, we are joined by Sapnesh Lalla, who is the CEO and the Executive Director at NIIT Limited. A very good afternoon to you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us on ET Now. And let's talk about the quarter gone by. Your bottom line numbers have fallen both on a year-on-year basis as well as on a QOQ basis. Employee expenses were also higher in the quarter gone by. Will we see the costing pressure in the quarter that we are in currently, that is Q3 as well?
So, like you pointed out, our revenue was up 24% year-on-year. The skills and career business, so if you go under it, the skills and career business, which is what we do in India, grew 119%. The corporate business grew 10%. You did point out that we came in lower on margin as compared to last year, as well as quarter on quarter. As you pointed out, we had higher wage inflation, and a lot of that was expected. What we did see is softening of market sentiment, especially outside of India, with respect to our corporate business, with respect to consumption of training at our existing customers, as well as some amount of product mix, which caused the profitability to be a little bit lower, as well as the ramping up of some of the organic investments that we are making to sustain the growth momentum that we have. So those were a few things that caused our margins to be a little bit lower than we have seen in the past. I think that's really what is going on.
Right. Last time also, the management had actually stated to us that the lower consumption or deferment of training by global customers. Are you seeing this sort of a deferment of training in Q3 as well now?
There is some amount of that, yes. The environmental uncertainty is causing a number of customers to become cautious with their discretionary spends. And so we are seeing some of that in Q3 as well.
That brings me to my next question then. How is the business outlook for FY23 given the current circumstances and the scenario that you're seeing globally as well? And also if you could share the guidance for skills and career segment and corporate learning business of yours?
Sure. We are seeing continued robust growth opportunity with our skills and career business, which is predominantly done in India. As we have guided earlier, this business is likely to return a greater than 50% growth from a top line perspective, as well as it's likely to be better than break even given the investment cycle that we are in. The corporate learning business is likely to show high single-digit growth for the year, and the margins are likely to be at the current levels for the rest of the year, and that would result into a margin which is a shade below 20% for the year.
All right, so that's the take coming in on margins and the corporate learning business and where you see it going ahead. But let me ask you one last final question. And any acquisition on the anvil, sir? And if so, if you could tell us how will the expansion plans be and how will you fund it?
We are continuously looking at opportunities, and we have a number of opportunities in the pipeline. As any of these opportunities materialize, you guys will be the first to know.
We are hoping for the same, sir. Thank you so much for joining us on ET Now to talk about the roadmap going ahead for NIIT Limited, what impacted the quarter gone by, and where do you see the business headed from here on. And that was the management of NIIT Limited. That was Mr. Sapnesh Lalla, who is the CEO and the Executive Director of the company. Did talk about the margins, where he sees it for the rest of the year at levels similar to this one, a tad below 20% is what he had to say. But let's move on and